It's sad for a child to have to go through that much stuff. What's up, my beautiful soul family? How's everybody feeling today? So, I got a special request to do a reading on the famous DeBarge family, which consists of 10 kids or whatever, and it consists of two different groups, which at first it was Bobby DeBarge and Tommy DeBarge that was in the group Switch. And then later on, their younger siblings, who is Elle, Dro, Bunny, James, Randy, and what was the other one's name? I think his name was Pete or something like that, formed the group DeBarge. So I'm just going to do a general reading on the DeBarge family and how they grew up, even though we've heard some of the Hollywood stories. Now, before I do this reading, I want to put out this disclaimer. This video is for entertainment purposes only. Everything I state in this video is just my interpretation of the cards. Nothing I state in this video have been proven to be fact as of now. Now that I got that disclaimer out the way, let's shuffle these cards and let's see what kind of secrets come out about the DeBarge family. Okay, I think we're just about there. So I asked the cards to tell me about the DeBarge family, just anything that the cards want to tell me. So let's see what Spirit has to say about the DeBarge family. And for the person that requested it, this is for you, okay? So you got the Chariot, which I think I also asked while I was shuffling for them to tell me about Robert DeBarge Sr., the father of the DeBarge family. And it's funny that the Chariot card came up because it's the masculinity card, but the Chariot, if you ask the zodiac sign of the Chariot, it's a Cancer. And I think I know that Robert DeBarge Sr. is a Cancer. So let's see. Okay, he couldn't prosper in life. He had a hard time keeping work. He had a hard time, you know what I mean, with finances. Why? Well, they had they had 10 kids, I guess. So you got the moon card reversed. He had personality disorders, which this is also, the moon card also can represent Cancer, or at least the moon and stuff like that, and the moods and all that. So reversed, it's about self-delusion, having mood disorders, emotionally unbalanced. Okay, so some kind of release or escape from prison. I think the cards is trying to say Robert DeBarge should be in prison. I mean, I think he's passed on now, but I think he should have been in prison for some of the things he did. I think this is what I'm feeling like the cards are saying. So he did a lot of cowardly behavior. Yep. There was a lot of cowardly things he did. Then you got the World Reverse, which was about setbacks and stagnation. He was not fulfilled with his life. I think it goes back to him not, prospering in life and not really being able to I guess, grow financially. The King of Cups. He was a child molester. See that? The King of Cups. Now, remember I told you guys that the cups means water, which is water signs. And water signs is Scorpio, Cancer, and Pisces. Like I said, Robert DeBarge Sr. is a Cancer. But reverse, this is also the Don't Trust Me card. The untrustworthy water sign male. The child molester. The rapist. The abuser. You know what I mean? Yeah, so here's what I'm getting from the cards so far. He couldn't prosper in life, and he had emotional problems, and he was emotionally unstable. As a result, he did a lot of cowardly behavior. He took a lot of his frustrations out on his family that he felt in the world. Clouded judgment, hasty decisions. Yep, yeah, yeah. He took a lot of his frustrations out on his family. So I'm getting so far from that it is true what they were saying, that he, he abused them kids and he raped them kids, and yeah. So let's go to the next card. All right, so you got the Hermit reversed. You got the Page of Wands, which is somebody that was enthusiastic, feeling like they didn't have too many options. And then you have teamwork or some kind of collaboration. Let me see here. First of all, the Clouded Judgments, the Molester, and then you got the Hermit reversed, which is enlightenment. feeling like they feeling isolated, like they're on the brink of society. Then you got enthusiasm, feeling like they didn't have no other options, and collaborative teamwork. I feel like their kids felt like they had to make it in music, like there was no other option. This is what they wanted to do. They wanted to go into show business. It was people that helped them along the way. Let me see. Keeping up appearances, pride before a fall, thinking that you're better than other people. The Queen of Swords, which is about intellect and wit. Ace of Wands, which is about okay, so you got over here the suppression of the feminine. You know what, the Queen of Swords. Now I know what the Queen of Swords is. The Queen of Swords is their mom. How do you say it? Her name. Okay, I'm gonna call her Mama DeBarge because like her name is like some big long. I don't remember her name exactly, so I'm gonna call her Mama DeBarge because all right, from what I know, Mama DeBarge is a Libra, and this is the Queen of Swords, which makes me feel like this was some kind of air sign or whatever. Let me think. So you got these two got together, and he feels like I got it. He feels like she was his downfall. This is how Robert DeBarge feel. He felt like he was young and enthusiastic, but when he got with her, that slimmed his options, and she was his downfall. He did a lot of stuff to suppress her. You know what I mean? Like he kept her. He ruled with an iron fist. Let's just say he ruled that house with an iron fist. Let me see. Battles. Keeping the secrets in-house. Secrets not getting out. There was a lot of problems that was never resolved within that house. The Knight of Pentacles, which is I think he felt like he was the provider. So what if he put his family through all of that? He can. You know what I mean? Who was dumb to challenge him anyways? You had to constantly be on guard against him. You know what I mean? Because he could fly off the handle at times. He was not emotionally stable. So there was a lot of fear when Robert DeBarge Sr. was around. Or I'm going to call him Father. Well, I ain't calling him Daddy DeBarge. He don't deserve that. Robert DeBarge Sr. So when Sr. was around, them kids was fearful. So was Mama DeBarge. You had to constantly be on guard, you know what I mean, around him because he had some emotional issues. Now, let me see, his third person in the relationship. He cheated a lot. He was a cheater. And he would get enraged. It was like the house could be a battleground sometimes. He had a very violent, versatile temper. You know what I mean? He could, like I said, he could fly into a rage quick. You know what I mean? Sometimes it took very little to provoke him. He was so angry. He would beat on them. Page of Swords. Let me see here. Then it's the Death card. Somebody that walked away. At one point, he walked away from them and said it was over. Left them and went and started talking to someone else. Somebody that was younger. Where she had to be independent for a while without him. Yeah, he had left them at one point. The Queen of Cups and went to be with some other woman. He had a lover or other lovers. He was too busy worrying about being in other women's face sometime. And he spent, but you know what? He spent money like, he wasn't good with money management and budgeting. He spent money like, you know, there was no tomorrow. So, but I feel like he blamed his family for for him not prospering, although he was the reason why they were broke too. I mean, sometimes he would lose his job, of course, but he blamed them for his problems. But he was always the one that was causing trouble. When he would come around, he was the one stirring up trouble. You know what I mean? But he feels like his family prevented him from his dreams happening. He was stagnant because he feels like he was stagnant because of his family, and that's why he had walked away at some point. He don't feel like he had got what he wanted out of things. excuse me, not other things. He didn't feel like he got what he wanted. He felt like, he was the perpetrator of a lot of it, but I think he saw himself as the victim. He couldn't handle their finances. You know what I mean? He couldn't. He constantly caused trouble within the house. He beat them kids. He beat his wife. He touched on them kids. You know what I'm saying? Mm. It was peaceful when he wasn't around, though. The kids harmonized and sung, and they were happy when he wasn't home. But when he was home, boy, was it a fearful time, because you never knew when you were going to get beat. This is what my gut is telling me. See that? And then he would tell them, "Oh, I'm taking care of all of y'all. I'm basically play the role as the savior," when he's the one that basically is the reason why they were so impoverished. He was very negative too, very mean spirited, very negative. He was not a nice guy, but he felt like his family blocked him in life instead of it being the other way around. To stay or to go. He chose to stay, but let me see. Somebody chose to stay, but they saw the clarity of the situation. Worthless sacrifice. He felt like the sacrifices he made for his family was worthless. You know what I mean? That was his mentality. That's how he seen things. Ooh, that's not nice. He didn't like. I don't think he liked being married to her. You know what I mean? Or at least that's the way he act. He felt like it was a cross too heavy to bear. See, look, this is the father card, but it's reversed. Very controlling, very dangerous, very a big bully. You know what I mean? Somebody that has a very hot temper, very versatile, abusive. He was not a good father to them kids. He made foolish decisions. Did he have a child outside of them, I feel like? And that was like some kind of negative turning point in their relationship or something? Or is it when she gave birth, when he started getting the Mama DeBarge pregnant? No, I feel like that's when he felt like that was the negative turning point in their relationship. He was very treacherous. He was very cunning. He was very conniving. He was a liar. You know what I mean? He caused a lot of grief in his family's life. Okay. They eventually made money and became a successful family, but they had a lot of shaky foundation and a lot of tragedy that they grew up in. It wasn't just the impoverishment. Their father caused a lot of harm in their life. Let me see. He also left their mother destitute for a while and moved in with another woman. He had affairs. Like I said, he had his share of affairs. The dark side of lust, a molester, the R word, a sexual deviant. See, like it had the money card, but I think that because of him, I think he turned his kids into sexual deviants too, and they all ended up with addictions. This is the reason why. So then you got the Six of Pentacles, which is about somebody that was dominant in the relationship, but they also took care of the partner. Didn't have the skills, moving fast, heartbreak, sadness, divorce. I don't know, did the DeBarge parents end up divorcing eventually before the father died? I think that they separated at least, right? But it took so much. I think many times she tried to leave him and divorce him. The mother is what I'm saying. Many times she tried to leave him and divorce him, but when she would get out there, like, who's going to take somebody with 10, especially back in those days, we talking what, the 60s, 70s, early 80s, who's going to take a black single mother with 10 children? And so she would have no money, she would have nowhere to go, You know what I mean? He would always shriek responsibility for the things he did. A lot of the kids either went through therapy or need to go through therapy because they developed addictions. But I think they wanted to have this image as the happy family, but that's not what it was behind closed doors. You know what I mean? So like I said, I think most of the kids do love their mom. They do. They have a good relationship with their mom. They love their mom. You know what I mean? You see, this is the card, the 10 of cups or whatever. There's 10 kids, and this is also the family card. And then you got it next to the mother card, which is the empress. So like I said, I do believe that they were happy when they were around their mom. They were happy. They loved their mom. You got the page of pentacles, which is, so it was an injustice. The page of pentacles, which is the student. So this is when they were kids. They were happy around their mom when they were kids, but they felt like a lot of things was unfair. There was some kind of injustice. Okay, so this is what they felt like wasn't fair. Their mother refused to leave. They didn't understand why she kept staying with him. That's what they felt like. She was not doing them justice because she kept staying, trying to be this dutiful, good wife. When you had this emotionally immature man who was abusive, who was cruel, who was committing child abuse, who was SA in them. You know what I mean? Like the way a lot of the kids seem fit, you know what I mean? They would. This man was traumatizing us, and it was like their mom was oblivious to it because she stayed. So I'm out of cards, so that means I'm out of the reading. If you guys want me to touch on more or do a part 2 of the DeBarges, please let me know. What do you guys think? Do you think that's the truth that Robert DeBarge Sr. was a tyrant in his home, or do you believe that maybe some of those things we heard about him was a rumor? If you like this video, smash that subscribe button, smash that like button. Thank you, my beautiful soul family, for tuning in. I'll see you guys in the next video. Have a good one.